Welcome back to the daily discussion. All right, so today we're going to talk about sleep. Now, the experts say you should get 7 to 9. Adults should get 7 to 9 hours. Kids should get anywhere from 9 to like 12 hours. I think something like that. Extreme athletes, a lot of them will get around 12 hours of sleep too, 8 to 12 hours of sleep. But most of us don't really fall in that category. So again, aiming for 7 to 9 hours of sleep is good, which means about an hour extra too. So if you want 7 hours of sleep, you should get 8 hours in bed, because most of us have extra time in there that either we don't fall asleep right away or you're waking up in the middle of the night, all that stuff. So roughly factor in 30 to 60 minutes extra for that. Now, with that being said, I track my sleep via the Samsung Galaxy Watch. There's many things out there you can use for wearables. Galaxy Watch, if you have that. You have the Apple Watch. The Garmin's are doing it too now, from what I've heard. Oura Ring is really good. The Whoop band is really good. So all these things are really good. Which one's the best? It's irrelevant because the numbers themselves, so this accuracy is not as important as you just getting a good balance for your data. So whatever if you choose to do this, whichever one you get, follow the numbers and then just base your analysis off of whatever numbers you're seeing there. So for me, I have noticed that my total volume of sleep doesn't matter. So I can get 5 hours total of sleep or 8 hours total of sleep. And if my deep sleep number is less than an hour and a half, 90 minutes, then it doesn't matter what that total is, I'm going to be tired, at least mentally, which then kind of drains me physically. Now, again, that 5 hour sleep day, I've had that before, and I got an hour and a half to 2 hours of that was deep sleep, and I felt fantastic that day. So to me, that number is much more important than that deep sleep. Yes, I'm aiming to get 7 to 8 hours in bed, or 8 hours in bed, 7 hours of sleep. But that doesn't always work out. Sometimes I'm just laying there and I can't get to sleep, or something else is going on. But when I get that hour and a half to 2 hours of deep sleep, that number is irrelevant to me. However, on those days where I'm not getting that good deep sleep, which has happened more frequently, and I can't figure out why. I've tried a bunch of different things and I don't really understand that part right now, why it's getting, but what do I do when that happens? Well, I know what happens for me is I get mentally drained, like I mentioned before, and I just can't focus as well, which means I just take more frequent breaks, and they don't have to be long breaks. And it's sensory deprivation breaks, not going to my phone or doing something else. It's literally trying to make sure I have no input as much as I can limit. So if I audio and visual, I close my eyes, I'll plug my ears or something, or turn any digital stimulus off, and just try to get whatever ambient background noise or nature if possible. Or like I said, I'll just plug my ears. And that usually helps reset. I can just do that for like a minute or two, and it usually gets me back for another 30 minutes or so, depending on how bad it is. And then I can just continue making progress throughout my day. If possible, I grab a quick 5-10 minute nap, even somewhere in the middle there, and that usually helps reset it too. But for me, that's how I go about my days when I don't get that good deep sleep and I'm mentally drained, and how I can still stay focused though for longer periods of time or as much as possible and get the most out of my day, even on those days when I'm struggling to stay in that state. So let me know if that helps.